What's going on, everyone? HueFin News coming at you again today for our daily cryptocurrency market analysis. Today is October the 5th, 2017. And the market gave us a mixed bag today for some of these cryptocurrencies. Some ended the day lower, some ended the day higher. So that's why it's always important to pay attention to the overall market to see what is the mindset of all the market participants all in one snapshot. And that's why we start off these videos looking at the cryptocurrency market capitalization website, so we can try to get a quick gauge of the overall market to see what exactly occurred today in the market. Before we get started, please note that we at HueFin News are giving you guys the news according to the charts. We are not giving you guys technical analysis, fundamental analysis, or any other type of analysis. What we're doing is something new, and we're giving you the interpretation of this language called the cryptocurrency market exchange. We are the only channel who is able to interpret the price bars and the volume the way that we have, very precisely. And for those who do not believe, please check our videos that we have posted previously in the last couple of weeks to months as well. We're here to try to gain confidence in the market for you. We're trying to eliminate all these indicators that so many other people try to place on their charts, which just causes confusion. And this is the channel to where we are going to erase the confusion and have a clean chart and just look at the price bars and the volume and forecast where these cryptocurrencies are likely to go. With that being said, we are not investment advisors and we are not giving guys investment advice, but we are interpreting these price charts according to the language that is given on these charts. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So you guys can see that the market cap increased almost $3 billion today, because yesterday the market cap was at $143 billion and now it's almost at 146. So money is coming back into the market for today. We need to look at these cryptocurrencies because it could be a trick. It could be a sly move to make individuals think the market's about to move higher when in actuality is about to move lower. And we're going to talk about that as we look at some of these cryptocurrencies that gives us a pause as to saying that the market is going to go higher. But Bitcoin today ended high, about 2.09%. Ethereum as well almost hit 1%. Ripple had a phenomenal day today, up 9.43. Bitcoin Cash is down almost 0.5%. Litecoin 0.12, Dash 0.27, NEM 2.87, Neo 4.37%. They are up. Guys can see IOTA is down 1.16. Monero almost touched 1% gains today. And Ethereum Classic down 0.29. So you guys can see on the major cryptocurrencies we have a mixed bag going on. Some ended the day lower, some ended the day higher. And we're not going to waste any more of your time, so we're going to go ahead and get right on into this analysis for today. So Bitcoin is up 2.29%. Last trade was at $4,314.50. So you guys can see how the day started out for Bitcoin, and it started out moving lower to a low of $4,133, but it's apparent that the bias was in the market today because it was able to bring the market to a close of 4,312, right? So I want you guys to see where this market closed compared to where it opened on yesterday. The market opened at 43.09 and it closed right around 43.12. So that's right around the same area. So Bitcoin didn't necessarily move higher, okay, but rather it traded sideways on today. Now, if the market was to close at the high of today's bar, then we would say that Bitcoin is geared for higher prices. But for the fact that the market closed lower from the high, which is an indication that stockpile is in the market, we're looking for Bitcoin to continue to trade sideways. But today is kind of like a mixed bag for Bitcoin, because I say that because for the market to shoot lower today and close higher is a precursor to strength. But then you also have the stockpile coming in on the market as well. So that's also a precursor of weakness, all on one bar. So you're asking me, what direction is the market going to go? Well, since we have had these precursors of weakness in the background, and the volume for today is almost the same as what has been the last 3 or 4 trading days, the only indication we really can give for Bitcoin is for it to trade sideways. We didn't get a definite precursors of strength. We didn't get a definite precursor of weakness. So the market is still trying to do its business right around this price range of $4,200 and $4,400. But I do like the spread of today's bar because it encompassed the whole bar, it encompassed the whole bar from yesterday, which tells us that the business for today was quite wide and business was occurring throughout that whole range. So it's probable that Bitcoin will move higher, right? And if it does move higher, $4,400 is in the cards for it. It might even go to a high from what occurred on the 18th of August. It was a high of $4,492. But we're not expecting it to it could come up here and it might touch it but then move lower. Okay, it's hard to foretell if it's going to be like a push to go up bar. So it might even come up here to the high from what it was on the 2nd of October of $44,482. But overall, we just got to say that Bitcoin is going to give us a sideways trading action again on tomorrow, even though we did get this bar today, which is a precursor to strength. If the buyers are not in the market, then it will move lower. If the buyers are in the market, then it will move higher, and we're expecting it to move towards $4,482. So you kind of got to play both sides of the fence for Bitcoin on tomorrow. So you got to be real active in your trade, because once it moves the other direction from your original trade, then you will have to reevaluate your strategy. So now we're going to go ahead and check out Ethereum. So Ethereum is up 1.02. Last trade was at $294.51. And we kind of got the same bar like we did for Bitcoin, but on lighter volume. And that is what is giving us concerns here at HueFin News, because if the market was actually stronger and the interest in higher prices was there, then the volume would also back that particular move, and it did not do that for Ethereum. And then on top of that, stockpile came in the market because it wasn't able to close at the high. So even with Ethereum, we're looking for them to at least trade sideways. So with that being said, we're expecting it to at least trade between $280 and also towards the high of the bars from the 30th of September, which was $307. So it might even come all the way up to 310. So we can leave it from 280 to 310 is about the range we're looking for Ethereum to trade. So next, let's go ahead and check out Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash is down 0.68%. Last trade was at $353.10. Looking at the daily price chart for Bitcoin Cash, look at the volume for today. Look how small that spread is. That tells us that the buyers was in the market here buying up all of the selling that occurred from yesterday, because the volume is almost exactly the same as yesterday, but the spread is a lot smaller, which is a probable precursor of strength. Now we have to wait to see if the buyers have concluded their consuming of all of the selling that occurred from yesterday. If they're not, then the market will trade sideways to maybe even lower. but Bitcoin Cash is getting prepared for a move higher, and when it does, we're expecting it to test or even come up there and touch $400. Today is a probable precursor of strength, and we just want to see Bitcoin Cash come and touch $400. So next, we're going to go ahead and look at Ripple. So Ripple is up 10.79%. Last trade was at 23 cents. And we told you yesterday that Ripple was going to move higher. And we had forecasted to hit 23. But it shot higher than that with stockpile coming to market. And we can look in the background of this particular chart for Ripple, and you can see that it acted as support around July, the beginning of July. Then it acted as resistance around the end of August, and now we're here again, and you can see that stockpile came in the market for Ripple. So we need to see another precursor of strength bar in order for Ripple to break through 23 cents. And by stockpile appearing on the market today, we're expecting Ripple to trade sideways to possibly lead lower. And if it does move lower, then we're expecting it to maybe come and test or touch 22 cents. That's where we're expecting Ripple to trade sideways from. And if it moves higher, then 26 cents is the forecasted area for Ripple to move towards. And now, in order for it to move to 26 cents, we would definitely need to see a lot more volume up here for Ripple. By stockpile coming in the market today, it doesn't seem probable. And it could be. It might come up there and touch it, but then it might move down lower. So that's why we're going to say Ripple's going to trade sideways to possibly around 22 cents. No, I'm sorry, 23 cents. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and check out Litecoin. So Litecoin is also up 0.89%. Last trade was at $51.52. You guys can see a trial run bar for Litecoin. It's on lighter volume than what it was yesterday, and the market was able to close higher than the close of yesterday's bar. And as a matter of fact, the bar almost closed towards the high, which is a precursor of strength. So we're expecting Litecoin to trade sideways to possibly higher on tomorrow. So next, we're going to go ahead and check out Dash. So Dash is up 1.27%. Last trade was at $305.45. Please note that the market did shoot down for Dash, but the volume is extremely light today compared to what it was yesterday. So the stockpile that came in the market on yesterday was definitely bought up from the buyers today, and so that the market was able to close higher than the close of yesterday. But stockpile still revealed itself on today's price bar, which still giving us weakness, precursors of weakness right here around that $310 area, which came and acted as support on the 18th and 19th of September, and almost came and touched the low from the 9th and the 8th of September as well. So if that's going to move higher from 310, then we're going to need another push to go up bar. But the volume today did not back particularly higher prices. So we will continue to say that Dash is going to be trading sideways to lower, possibly around at 290 again to $310. So the next one we're going to check out is Neo. And with Neo, we told you that if the market came down to 28.50, it came down to 28.81 today, that this area 28.50 will act as support, and it did just that, and the market shot higher and was able to close higher. But please be cautious that stockpile also came in on today's bar, but the market was able to shoot higher. Let us know that the buyers were interested in the prices once they came down to $28.50. But please note that the market did not close at the high of today's bar, so there is still a little weakness within NEO. Okay, so the market could possibly trade sideways, and if it does, expect it to come back down and test that $28.50 area, and if not, then definitely expect it to come right here around $37 as a possible high for NEO. But currently we're expecting it to trade sideways. It might even come to the high from the 4th of October, which was $35.50. So next we're going to go ahead and check out Ethereum Classic. So you guys can see with Ethereum Classic, the market was down 0.41%. Last trade was at $11.89. And we have another trial run bar, just like with Litecoin. You guys can see how the volume is also light again. So the market participants really wasn't in the market buying today for some of these cryptos. And it looked like that, well, it could also mean that the sellers in the market has been consumed and the market is ready for higher prices. And the market was able to come right here around this resistance area from the mid-September on light volume. So Ethereum Classic is forecasted to probably move higher from where it currently is trading, due to the fact that the volume is light, and today we have a trial run bar. Now granted, I tell you guys all the time that we need confirmation on the next trading day, which we don't have yet. But if the buyers are truly in the market, then the market will move higher. If not, then the market will move lower. Then that would tell us that what was occurring on today's day, more sellers or more buying. Okay, but due to the light volume, it looks like there wasn't that much selling occurring in the market. So last one we're going to check out is Monero. So Monero is up 1.22%. Last trade was at $90.94. Again, we have another trial run, just like Ethereum Classic, just like Litecoin, just like some of the other cryptocurrencies. This is a trial run that Monero shot down lower, but was able to close higher than the close from yesterday. Look at the volume. It's also lighter than the last 2 trading days, which either indicates that there's no selling occurring at this price and the market's ready to move higher, or there's no interest in higher prices at this time. So that's why you cannot give a prediction on trial run bars, because you can't distinguish between the selling and the buying on today. But by the volume being light and the market being able to close higher than the close of yesterday, those are all probable precursors of strength, and you would expect the market to move higher, but it's not for certain. Okay, if the market does move higher, then expect it to test or come up there and touch $95. If not, then it will definitely probably come back down to $85. Okay, so it just looks like Monero is going to be trading sideways also as well, if we don't get volume revealing itself on this cryptocurrency. So that's another thing I want to tell you guys, is that in order for this market to begin to move higher, we need to see volume appearing on these price charts. If we don't get the volume, then the market will continue to slowly move lower and lower and lower. And we haven't had a huge volume push to go up bar in quite some time. And until we see that, the market will continue to trade sideways to ever so lightly moving lower. Okay. So I want to also tell you guys that the market is not giving us indications of it wanting to move higher. And until we get that, then our analysis is going to be pretty much the same, sideways to maybe a little lower, just like it's been over the last couple of weeks. Like the last 5 trading days, we've been saying pretty much the same thing, because the market's just been moving sideways. And we need to see a definite precursors of strength with volume backing that particular price bar before the market will move higher. And it might be tomorrow, it might be the next couple of days, but just be aware that that is what needs to occur in order for the market to move higher. And also paying attention, it looks like the market is trying to make the market, it seems like the news pundits and the people on the television and internet are all trying to discredit cryptocurrencies as a whole, and they're trying to make the cryptos move lower. And you can see it on these charts because they're just not interested in pushing these prices higher at the moment. And that is all a telltale sign that they are in these cryptos buying them up while the prices are low. And that's what we as traders need to do as well. Okay, so that's why you guys need to make sure you tune into this channel constantly, because we can understand exactly what they're doing, and they're accumulating and buying up these cryptos, trying to do it under the radar without people noticing what they're doing. So please pay attention to that. Guys, continue to subscribe and watch these videos. Gain the confidence that you need back in the market by watching these videos, because it will eliminate the confusion that so many other charts are, or based off so many other charts that you guys are used to seeing. We take off that confusion. We eliminate it just looking at the price bars and the volume to give you guys that confidence and that profitability back in the market. Because understand this language is imperative into being consistent in making profits, because you know when to get in and when to get out. Okay, so many other people can tell you entry points, but nobody's able to tell you when to get out. So that's what we're doing here on this channel. So make sure you guys continue to subscribe and like. Questions and comments, leave it in the comment section of the video. And as well, we got those timestamps for you guys who are on a busy schedule, because we are also busy. So please make sure you use those to your benefit as well. That's all we got for today. You guys stay profitable, and we'll see what occurs tomorrow in the market.